Hey y'all, it's Amanda, and today I am in front of the fireplace. We're having a massive cold snap, which is very exciting. We're definitely gonna freeze for more than a few minutes. We'll be freeze for a few hours. So today I wanted to talk about my holiday gardening wish list. So we're gonna talk about tools, seeds, and plants that I am dreaming of for the holiday gifts. Okay, every year around the holiday times, I get a lot of questions from family and friends of what would I like for the holidays. And while there are some items that aren't gardening, there are quite a few that are gardening related. And I always like to share those with y'all. First of all, to just share what I'm looking at. Secondly, to get your thoughts on it if you have any experience with any of these items. And to brainstorm with y'all if y'all feel like, there are areas that you've seen me struggle with that you think that there's a certain item that would help out with in my gardening world. So in today's video, I'll share what's on my gardening list, some tools I hope Santa brings to me, seeds I've got my eye on, and plants I'm excited to add, plus some gift ideas for other gardeners or for your own future self. Okay, number one is my tool wish list. And tools for gardeners are very personal, but there are some really great tried and true tools that are awesome that I have added to my collection over the years. And I have lots of those already. So the wish list I'm really focusing on are the things that I would like to add to my collection. So these are specific tools that I want to add to my stash. My current stash includes like hori knives, knee pads, grow lights, heavy duty scoops. Like those are my current stash, but what do I need to add to it? So first on my list is ultra sharp garden clippers, and I'll put all the links to these down below if you're interested in checking them out. They have about a 1-inch cut capacity. They're easier to hold and to cut with. I think that they have a better availability to grip. They're German steel and they're sharper for longer. I am notorious for leaving my clippers out in the weather and destroying them, and I'm not gonna lie, I pretty much add a set of clippers every year. I'm also notorious for leaving them in different parts of the garden and not being able to locate them. So having multiple works really well for me. Next on my list is a garden weasel, which is a small nut gatherer. I have a newly planted, well, it was planted a couple of years ago. I didn't realize, I have a tree out front. I didn't realize that it had acorns. I feel dumb that I planted a tree with acorns on my property, not what I wanted. So with that in mind, I want to get one of those nut gatherers so that I can have as few acorns sprout as possible. So this garden weasel has a steel cage. It is focused mainly on acorns, which is really what I need. It comes in different sizes, the garden weasel does. So if you needed to pick up walnuts or pecans or whatever, you can get a different size to work with it. I'm going for small. This particular one has a long handle, so I don't have to bend over and put a lot of pressure on my back when I'm trying to pull these up. And I think that gathering these acorns is going to be good for two things. First, less of them sprouting in my garden, which is great. Secondly, I'd love to do some craft projects with these, whether for fall or for Christmas. Okay, and last on my tool wish list is a 3-pack of 72-gallon yard waste bags. I have one waste bag that I've had multiple years that I got from Aldi, and I love it. I need more. It's partially broken too, the wire's out. I need more. I would like to have them in different parts of my garden because I'll be working on something in my garden, and if that waste bag is somewhere else, I am not going to go get it. So I would like to have multiple so I can have one in the front and one in the back and one in the shade garden, just so that I can have easier access to them. And I would like to get in the better habit of not throwing stuff on the ground. These are reusable and very heavy duty. They are collapsible for storage, although I never collapse mine because they're always in use, and multiple for all over my garden instead of just having a single one. Okay, so tell me, what is your top tool upgrade for next season? What tools are you obsessed with that you have on your list and you know that is something that you would like to have for the future? Drop those comments below and share it with us so we can all add it to our list. All right, my second wish list is seeds and plants wish list. And this is specifically seeds, plants that I've kind of looked at over the year things that I would like to add to my stash, things that typically are a little bit different than just placing my order for my typical like petunias or such. Now, for seeds, I really specifically like to ask for gift cards. I feel like that's way easier than buying specific seed packets for other gardeners. Now, a lot of companies have gardening like a curated gardening seed set focused on vegetables or whatever. Those are always kind of fun and interesting, but even those will have a lot of seeds that most gardeners won't use. So with that in mind, I really like to focus on gift cards, specifically from 3 different companies. Seed Therapy is one of my favorites. It used to be called Southern Seeds. It's now called Seed Therapy. Good prices, good selection, which is lovely. My absolute hands down favorite seed garden company is Swallowtail Garden Seeds, and they have a great variety, things that work really, really well for my southern garden. The prices are amazing, and I've been really happy with the quality over time. And then finally, Johnny Selected Seeds. I feel like it's a really good like general seed company for you to give a gift for gardeners, but it's a really good company for me if I'm going to receive a gift card for a seed company. That's a really good one because it covers a lot of different varieties of seeds and it has thousands and thousands available. Now, a lot of time with these seed companies, online seed companies, they don't send you an actual gift card, they send you a code. So a really fun thing is to wrap it up and include it with a small house plant, or wrap it up and include it with one of these tools we discussed. But you can put it in a way where it's not just a piece of paper that you're handing to somebody. So you can definitely print that out and present it in a better situation. I like to do something like get a pretty pot, fill it with, some Christmassy holiday shredded paper or whatever, and nestle in the gift card and then wrap the pot with a bow. I think that is a great way to present a gift card. All right, going on to plants on this wish list. There's a couple of companies that I like to order from that are online plants. And you can certainly get gift cards to these companies as well, but specifically, I have specific plants on my list. So from one company, Heirloom Roses, that is a favorite of mine to order online specifically for roses. I've got 3 different varieties of roses that I'm interested in. Garden Sun, and these have been on my list for a while. Scepter Isle, and a Shropshire Lad. And these have been on my list and that I've researched to see what works well in my Texas Zone 8 garden. I've looked at how these do. I like the look of them. And so these tend to be a little bit pricier gift. These are bare root roses. They're not a gift that's going to be absolutely giving like handed to them in December. I kind of like this kind of gift and any kind of plant gifts where you're ordering online. I kind of like them because I feel like you get to double dip. You get to give them the wow moment of opening up their gift and reading whatever paper it is and realizing that they're going to be delivered these beautiful bare root roses later on in the new year, which I think is great. And then of course, when they arrive in the new year, it's a second round for that gift, which is kind of cool. And so the next on my list is Bluestone Perennials. And this is my tried and true place that I order perennials from or plants from. They also sell bulbs and such. I like to order online from them. Of course, you can do a gift card. A couple of the things that I'm really focused on for Bluestone Perennials right now is their hellebore. I think this is a great time of year to go ahead and order some of these hellebore plants to get planted in your garden. I'm specifically looking at Blushing Bridesmaids, Spanish Flare, and New York Night. And hellebore are such a fun plant to give at this time of the year. Now you can also wait for later deliveries if there's other perennials that you're interested in. If you are someone who has been interested in the heirloom chrysanthemum craze that I'm obsessed with, I got a lot of those, my beginning ones from Bluestone Perennials. So that's a really great plant, a really great companies to order from. Once again, you can give the printout, wrap it up nicely, and give it for the holidays and have the plants delivered at a later time. You can even set it up so that those people that you're gifting to can order those at, order those at a later time. But if you're also just worried about it, both these companies work really great for gift cards as well. Okay, all my kids are starting to get home from school, so you're going to hear a lot of in and out and movement going on with them. All right, so my next list, it's basically gardening gifts for other people. And I do have many gardeners in my life, but I also like to dream up, if I was receiving a gift, what would I like to receive? Okay, and I divided these gardening gift ideas up for others. I divided it up to in regards to prices. So we're going to start with the $50 to $150 range. I mean, I guess this is someone you really, really like. You can really look at things like premium pruners, like the really top of the line pruners that they would have for years to come would be excellent. You can look at ergonomic garden stool with wheels. This has been suggested to me many a times for anyone who might struggle getting up and down from the gardening area or prefer to sit when they garden. I prefer to sit when I garden. A greenhouse kit would be lovely. They come in a wide variety of sizes. This is just one of those pop-up gardening greenhouse kits. Those are always really nice, especially for the avid gardener who likes to garden throughout the entire year. A large trellis set. I love beautiful trellis, and so they tend to be more money than I'm willing to spend for myself. But looking at some of those to create like purchase a really beautiful trellis that's a centerpiece of a garden would be really great as a gift. And once again, these are in that $50 to $150 range. All right, so looking at under $50, there's seed sampler packs that you can purchase. We talked to you about a little bit of those online. Some focus on wildflowers, some focus on natives, some focus on vegetables. There's lots of companies who offer those, and those are a really great starter thing for a beginner gardener. Hand cream for gardeners. I am constantly have hand cream all over the house and constantly putting on hand cream. And I think that's a really fun gift. Get it in a couple of different scents for them to utilize and keep throughout the house, including outside. A stylish plant journal. Love doing this. Mine is from my sister, scrappywife.com, and you can get on and go ahead and design a whole gardening journal for someone you love. And I've been getting my journal from her for years and I'm obsessed with it. I love it. It's adaptable and works really, really well for me. Also, an LED clip-on grow lights. Those are awesome for indoor plants or if they're going to be doing cuttings, seed starting, something like that works really, really well as well. But let's also talk about free gardening gifts because that is definitely something you can do. You can harvest your own seeds that you've harvested throughout the fall, and you can wrap those up beautifully, hand write out the details about that seed, when to sow it and start it, details about those plants. It's a great free gift to give someone. Cuttings to propagate. If you have cuttings that you've already propagated or you want to take cuttings from current plants, that's a really great thing to gift a fellow gardener. You can also split perennials, or if there's particular perennials, lamb's ear is incredibly prolific in my garden. That's a great gift to split in half and then give a free plant to a friend. And then another thing I like to do is to give an hour or two of gardening service where you are willing to go to your friend's house and do some weeding or planting or some different things to help out in their garden. A couple of hours of that is a really great way to gift somebody something that's actually worth quite a bit, but you're actually giving it for free, which is really nice. It doesn't cost you anything but time. Now, in the past, I've done a longer gift wish list for gardeners. But I feel like in the past that I was really just being like, oh, this is cool. Oh, this is neat. And I want to be less wasteful. That's one of my goals as a gardener. So really I focus on things that I really needed for the garden that I would like to add to the garden, but not just silly shirts and silly mugs and things like that. Seeds, plants, and then giving gifts to others that would be extremely useful to them. So my list is much more pared down than it has been in the past. I also want to make note of one of my favorite things to, are you being all shaky? Come here. Come on. Come on. Ricky, come on. Ricky, come on. Come on, you can do it. Come on. Ricky's coming to say hi. One of my favorite things as a gardener to shop for is shopping for gardening books at Half Price Books, thrift stores, things along those lines. That is a really great way to get some inexpensive gifts for yourself, for fellow gardeners. So definitely check out those areas. Pretty much all of my gardening books have come from Half Price Books or the thrift store. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this list. Make sure you drop some comments down below. Let us know some ideas for gardening gifts that you would like to receive or that you like to give. You know, it can be really wow expensive, or it can be simple, if not free as well. I'm interested in the whole gamut. And I think a lot of other people will be as well. So drop those comments below. Let us know what is on your wish list. And if you're like me and you are on a gardening journey and you would like to have that gardening journey along with some gardening friends, check out my Patreon community. The link is in the video description below. There is a free tier and there is one paid tier. Also a great option for a gardener gift. You can actually give the gift of Patreon of a certified mad gardener for an entire year. You can pay up front. Your gardening, as part of your gardening journey, you would get to participate with a whole bunch of us. We do lives, we do exclusive videos, as well as group chats and photo sharing. You're a good boy. Did you just burp on me? He totally just burped on me. Gross, dude. All right, you all. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. As always, she's a mad gardener or a decorator or anything else that she wants to be. Thanks, y'all.